Imagine not having to rush to work every morning, not needing to get dressed when you don't feel like it, and still be able to make a chunky amount of money every month. Working from home has its perks, and it's not like professionals don't see it. Research has it that at least 1/3 of the professionals in the United States would choose to work from home if they could. If there is anything this world has learned from the coronavirus lockdown, it most definitely is the fact that you can very much be in the game while being at home. Not that being in an office environment is bad, it's just that some people work much better when they are alone. They are more creative when they are not disturbed by their colleagues and office politics. Similarly, there are people who like to function at their own pace. While some may be morning persons and others may not, it definitely doesn't make someone less smart. It just makes them different. So if you are interested in retaining the comfort of your home, have your favorite background music play while you work in your PJs, and still be able to buy your favorite designer shoes, this is the video for you. Because in today's video, we will disclose to you top 10 highest paying jobs from home. Welcome to WatchTop10.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so that you can stay updated with our latest videos. Number 10. Data entry. Okay, so the first thing you need to be mindful of is the scams. Make sure to avoid all scams and head over to a truly reliable online recruiting network. Make sure to never pay for any kind of software, as most of the scams will convince you that you just got hired and you must have their software in order to start the job. Which is all part a trap. They are hackers and scammers at best. Now, as far as your home-based data entry job is concerned, mostly it involves taking clean data out of one place and inserting it into another. It's very important for companies to have organized data in order to maintain their control systems. Your skill set will require you to be an extraordinary typist, and the job will pay you an average of $14,500 a year. Which may not be much. But come to think of it, this is where you need almost no skills, no experience and no hassle. For those who have nothing to do in life and lots of expenses to meet, give it a shot. Number 9. Blogger. So this is not like any other work from home. It's not just work, it is actually a lifestyle. But if you are passionate about building something concrete of your own for the future, maybe this is it for you. But just bear in mind that it's not like you'll decide one day that you're a blogger and a month later you're swimming in money. Well, that can happen too, but definitely not in most cases. Turning yourself into a money-making acclaimed blogger can take time and patience. But if you are able to build an audience for the content that you share, you can definitely turn it into a rewarding business. Bloggers have various ways of making money. For starters, they can endorse products or services for companies and make tons of money. Additionally, they can also generate income from ads on their website. If blogging interests you, and more importantly if you have something interesting to share with people, then go on to learn more about it and start now. Because bloggers can comfortably make for themselves $34,000 a year on an average. And this is while you don't have a boss, by the way. Number 8. Call center representative. Lots of business have this unavoidable need for support staff, which must be available to answer the phone clients at all times. Some things just can't be delayed, like processing orders or hearing out urgent complaints for that matter. Customer support is what any successful business allocates most importance to. And businesses will hire a call center rep regardless of what the circumstances may be. Because no customer care would eventually mean no customers. So if you've got a great phone voice, a laptop and the time, maybe this is it for you. As far as landing yourself one of these jobs is concerned, you will find plenty of these openings listed online. From recruitment websites to Upwork and Freelancer. If you're a searcher, you'll definitely end up with a position. Considering you're not confined to an opening in a particular city or country. You're talking global now. But make sure to research all about your product or service before you represent the employer. Additionally, you must also learn everything you can about customer care and telesales. YouTube and other platforms have an enormous amount of material you can use. And here comes the good part. Call center representatives can easily bag themselves around $34,000 a year. Which is definitely not bad. Number 7. Interpreter or a translator. If you are proficient in English and just as proficient in one other language, you can turn yourself into an interpreter or a translator without much of a problem, really. From hospitals to schools, from corporations to courts, everyone needs translators and interpreters. Most importantly, public sector is also big on hiring interpreters and translators. It's also worth noting that the world is now more globalized than ever before. But the language barrier is what makes doing business with certain countries difficult. It can be hard for companies to read documents or extend information unless they have backhand support of a reliable translator or interpreter, which leaves plenty of room for you to take over. Because on an average an interpreter or translator earn around $50,000 a year sitting in their cozy living room. Number 6. Insurance representative. So choosing insuring policies is obviously not easy. And while many of us are searching online for the perfect one, we could definitely do with some help there. And this is where a licensed insurance representative comes into the picture. You'll see more and more people getting hired by insurance companies, and that too home-based. The reason why that's happening is basically due to the fact that they divert their incoming calls to a representative who not only takes their calls, but also deals with their queries and helps them pick and choose the perfect policy. The interesting part about this job is that legally speaking, only licensed insurance representatives are allowed to sell policies. Which means if you are interested in landing the job, getting yourself a license will drastically increase your chances. Because finding a customer care representative or a telemarketing person might not be as challenging as finding the appropriate insurance rep who is also a license holder. There aren't many you would know of, come to think of it. This leaves employers with fewer choices. And icing on the cake, this interesting job can make you approximately $50,000 a year simply by staying home and dedicating some time and attention to the profession. Number 5. Social media manager. In order to reach and impact your customers, there is almost no other platform which is more effective than social media. The most amazing part is that businesses understand this today better than ever. They also understand that opting for print or television media is far more expensive and less effective in today's day and age. But every business owner out there is not a social media expert. And neither do they want someone occupying a desk at their office primarily for social media management. Which is basically why so many businesses prefer choosing remote social media managers who get their work done without adding for them the cost of an office desk, utilities, etc. Understanding the social media business might sound easy, but just like other professions, this too takes time and hard work. It's important for you to study the subject in detail in order to bag clients and employers. And most importantly, retain them. The average annual salary of a social media manager is around $50,000 annually. Number 4. Writer. So it's obviously not news that print publications are on the declining road. But as we already know, technology is taking over paper, and since paper is a physical, tangible material, there's only so much you can have with you. But since the internet world is unlimited, the amount of reading material you have online is infinite too. So if you have got everything it takes to be an excellent writer, there's no reason why you shouldn't be starting off today. From journalist to blogger, from technical writer to editor, there's a massive playing field for you. Spot what interests you and get going. On an average, a writer earns around $62,000 a year working from home. Number 3. Online teaching. The amazing news here is that you can earn around $58,000 each year if kindergarten teaching is your thing. $60,000 if you can teach high school students, and a chunky $79,000 a year if you can teach university students. It is needless for us to say that the future of education, if not the present, is revolving around technology just like most other industries. With the potential to earn yourself a substantial amount of money, you also get to enjoy the liberty of being home and saving yourself the commute and hassle. If you're worried about where you can find these jobs, you'll actually be pleasantly surprised when you Google it. Interestingly, a lot of digital nomads teach online and travel throughout the world, funded by their income generated through tutoring online. For those who are interested, we must also inform you that the number of people studying online have increased by 100% over the past few years. And this was prior to the lockdown. Make sure to get acquainted with online blackboards, with group chat software and online reading materials. Sky is the limit. Number 2. Enterprise architect. We don't blame you if you haven't heard the term. But it's definitely something you need to know in the year 2020. There are these massive corporations throughout the world who invest heavily in their systems, in particular IT systems. But they're not technically equipped to use them. Which basically means the money being spent on buying the software is a true waste until an enterprise architect comes in. So this person is basically there to make you utilize your resources to the optimum, incur the least cost and get you to make the most profit possible. Enterprise architects in most cases don't need to be situated in office. They can work remotely, but they add so much value to the business that they end up earning $116,000 annually on an average. Yes, that is indeed a lot of money. Number 1. Voiceover artist. If you've grown up hearing that you have a good voice and an even better narration, maybe you are gifted for this job. Voiceover is not everyone's game, but it can pay you $100 per minute of voiceover acting. Yes, imagine that. This figure here is what gets voiceover artists to the top of our list. Of course, there are lots of variables. Your past projects matter a lot, and so does your portfolio. But if you get it right, it's like you have hit the jackpot. And if you've got even the slightest of talent for voiceover acting, we totally recommend you to give it a go. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe.